Donna, I'm going to do a quick introduction about you. I think, yeah, a lot of people have joined this webinar specifically to hear from you. Donna is a professional investor. He's been investing for 15 plus years. He's got, I would say, a pretty damn positive track record when it comes to specifically student accommodation. Um, if I'm remembering correctly, Donna, you've got about 250 beds that you're managing.
That's correct, yes.
250 beds. And he was also the investor of the year in 2019. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And what was the award that you won at the Investor of the Year award?
Uh, the one I won most growth, and then I won overall.
Sure. Okay, so he won the most growth category of the Investor of the Year award and in the overall Best Investor of the Year
Mm.
2019. So, guys, someone who not only is passionate about helping people but is truly experienced and qualified to be able to give advice is on the call. And just before I hand over to him, Donna is a good friend of mine. He was a student of mine a few years ago, and I can confidently say that I learned as much from him as I think he learned from me. Um, and yeah, you've been a true role model for me and inspiration. So Donna, I'm happy to click next slide. You just let me know. But over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lawrence. Lawrence, you make me humble. Those are big words. All right, guys. I consider affordable student accommodation as the golden ticket for us as investors. Now, I'd like to go through two fairly recent deals of mine, just to give you a taste of what I've done. With this specific deal, I used three strategies. I used private money. I made use of an investment card. An investment card is the other name I have for credit card, and I used traditional bank finance. As you can see in the photo, this was while we were still busy with the refurb of the house. This property was bought for 925,000 Rand. I made a cash offer of the full asking price. This was from an elderly, or I was buying this from an elderly gentleman who was desperate to sell. He was on his way to an old age home. The cash for this offer, or for this property, I obtained as a private loan from a private financier of R1 million, which I was to be paid back in 6 months with a 10% interest. This equates to 20% per annum interest rate. The comparable average sales price of this property at the time of acquisition was 1,410,000 Rand. In other words, the acquisition price was at 67% of the market value. I
Sorry,
did
you,
it.
you bought this one on auction, hey Donna?
No, no, this was it was listed on a Monday afternoon at about
Yeah,
2:30. The agent phoned me as I was entering my driveway at home at about 4 o'clock. I
yeah.
viewed the property at 5 and had the offer signed and accepted at 5:30 the afternoon.
Success loves speed, hey?
Yeah, I've come to learn you have to.
Sure. Okay, awesome.
All right. All right. I did a refurbishment and I paid for the transfer costs using a credit card. This equated to 380,000 Rand. At the conclusion of the refurbishment, I did a bond application and the bank gave me a value of 1.7 million Rand, of which I had taken 1.5 million Rand. With this 1.5 million Rand, I paid back the private loan and the refurbishment. This left me with 120,000 Rand in my pocket. This property is tenanted at 33,000 Rand a month. And after all expenses are paid and the bond is paid, and I do subtract a vacancy loss, I'm left with a monthly cash of 6,000 Rand a month. I have no money in the deal. And technically speaking, I was actually paid 120,000 Rand to buy this property.
You were paid 120,000 Rand to buy a property that's bringing you a 6,000 Rand positive cash flow per month. Guys, are you seeing why I wanted to have Donna come and speak to you? Because this is what his thinking is how can you buy a property that doesn't cost you any money, it actually gives you money plus makes cash flow sense. Awesome. That's very exciting. Thanks, Donna.
Thanks, Lawrence. The next deal. This deal is a bit older. Um, and the
I
strategies I used,
recognize this one. I think I saw this one when I came and visited you.
you did, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. In this example, I used traditional finance and equity from another property. This property was listed in November 2018 for 3.2 million rand. However, over 4 months, the price had dropped to 2.85 million in February 2019. At this time, I offered a full asking price with seller financing. My offer was, however, declined because the seller had received a cash offer. In May 2019, the seller and the agent approached me again after the cash offer had failed. This time, I made a new offer of 2.4 million rand, subject to 100% finance. My offer was accepted and my financing was approved. My bond and transfer costs were paid with money which I acquired from another property with an equity release. This property brings me a gross income of 61,000 rand and a cash flow after expenses, bond payments, and a vacancy loss of 17,196 rand. Once again, I do not have a single cent in this property.
Are you tired of having more month at the end of your money? It's time to venture into property investing. And although it may seem scary, don't worry. We've created tons of resources to help you get started. From tools that help you analyze deals to online training courses to one-on-one specialized coaching. Click the link in the comments below and get started today.